Rapid urbanization is resulting in increasingly limited space in our cities. With less room and more demand for fresh quality produce, food entrepreneurs around the world are exploring new ways of cultivating life in their urban homesteads. Monocle takes a look at 3 urban farms in Cape Town, London and Singapore that are turning abandoned spaces into contemporary food sources.
We are on Oranienburg City Farm, which is a little square of land in the middle of the City Bowl area of Cape Town. It was an abandoned bowling green till a year and a half ago, and before that this farm produced vegetables to supply the passing ships. What's been very good about this project is that the community has jumped in. Initially, people come and poked over the fence and looked and said, and what are you doing? And then slowly people started coming through and saying, can I give a hand? What can I do? We're trying to make the project sustainable. So we have to basically sell our vegetables. We've approached the community to bring their waste organic material that we converted into compost. And then we sell our vegetables back to the community. We're trying to explore new avenues. For example, on a Wednesday evening, people come in and pick their own veggies for dinner that evening, which gives me a big kick, and I think it gives them a big kick as well. The kind of community thing didn't sell with me. And I've become a community person. All sorts of people, from folks who are, I think, in their 90s, come and volunteer, say, can I help you, And little kids, want to come in and want to plant, and they want to dig and turn over compost. Every Saturday morning, people kind of meet you and chat, and the spark, there's there's a real spark, there's energy. We'd like to go in and help set up these mini farms wherever we can. Wherever there's disused land and there's water available, people should be growing food.
We're currently under Clapham North Station and 100 feet underground in a farm that we're constructing under London. We came up with the concept for a zero-carbon food. It was a few years ago. My business partner was aware of the empty spaces under London, and we were both reading around the creation of vertical farms in using this technology in office blocks. We got to a stage where we said, instead of just sitting around talking about it, let's get on and do something. This is an element of urban regeneration. We're turning a disused site into something that's productive. There's a lot of negativity attached to old World War II air shelters. We're now doing something positive with it. Hydroponics is something that's been around for many, many years. It's just about taking nutrients to the plants through water rather than using soil. Whereas the LED lights is a technology that's grown over the last 5 or 6 years to the point that we can grow in this environment. Technology's come on so much that the light spectrum that the LED produces is exactly the same as what comes out of the sun. They carry the same flavours that you would from a traditional product grown in soil. There's nothing more intense about the flavours that we're producing over anybody else. However, when we cut the product and get it to market and get it to our consumers, we do it in a shorter time scale, and so the flavours don't degrade as much. These environments and the urban environments are only going to continue to expand as people grow in different areas. There is the possibility of replicating this grown environment around the world. Certainly in any underground space you can do it. As we run out of agricultural arable land, we constantly need to look for other spaces to grow. If we don't change our management regimes, we will have issues in terms of topsoil and the nutrients that we have left.
Crop is Southeast Asia's first commercially oriented rooftop urban farm, deploying vertical farming and a system of aquaponics that is completely natural and chemical free. And we're doing this in the heart of Orchard Road, I think it makes a statement to what Singapore has the potential to accomplish if we put our mind to it. This farm was built on the blood, sweat and tears of a passionate group of urban farmers who wanted to see if it was possible to take over a marginalized space in the middle of the city, in the tropics, and create a system of sustainable farming that could bond together a community. Orchard Road used to be a very fertile piece of land before we took it over and planted our shopping malls in it. I guess Comcrop is bringing the orchard back into Orchard Road. Urban farming is still in its infancy in Singapore, and it's exciting to see a growing community. People want to contribute to it, and the energy is very, very strong. Every Saturday, volunteers come to help out at the community farm, at the visitor area. People who know things, people who don't know things, they come together and share information. And we teach them about sustainable living. And we teach them about eating fresh. Things like respecting plants as they grow. You can't rush something when you grow organically. How farms are important to sustaining the life of a city. So a lot of our volunteers take away not just the concept of urban farming, but the values imprinted in that concept.